The main character, Ceres, a righteous and reserved man with stern eyes, had recently activated a strange system. Anyone he targeted would begin developing feelings for him. A fierce battle erupted, leaving heavy casualties. Wounded soldiers helped each other retreat. In their pain, they realized they were merely bait. As everyone fled, Ceres stood alone, silently facing the demon king. Something had changed him. A girl with glowing red eyes drained the life out of a soldier, leaving him breathless. She licked the blood from her fingers with a seductive grin. The strength of the human hero is so feeble. She declared herself the demon queen, alluring yet lethally dangerous. Beira collapsed from exhaustion, urging Ceres to run. He was just an F-rank hero. But Ceres stayed. I'll protect this city at all costs. Beira was moved, yet anxious. You're bleeding? A demon-faced soldier appeared. Just being near her will crush you. The demon queen entered combat mode and summoned her troops. Still not running? She advanced. Killing intent surged in her eyes. Hunger rising. Facing her, Ceres did not panic. He calmly assumed his stance. Light surrounded him as the system echoed. System login. I'm in love with a log. Skill locked in. Counterattack ready. As she lunged, Ceres channeled his energy, but due to their size difference, she easily grabbed his head like a ball. Their faces drew close. She bared her fangs, about to bite. But suddenly, she kissed him. A wild, possessive kiss. System alert. +100 attack. Ceres remained calm, as if he'd expected it. Meanwhile, Beira screamed from the sidelines. Ceres, what the hell are you doing? A demon soldier rushed over. Your Majesty, what are you doing? Ceres said nothing. He casually sliced the soldier down. The moment was ripe. The queen turned to glare at the soldier who'd interrupted her, then backed off. Ceres wiped his mouth in irritation. Beira blushed and stared. The queen faltered. What am I doing? I was going to kill him. Why did I kiss him? Her heart pounded. Affection level, 15%. Ceres pointed forward. For the safety of this city, I will not hesitate, even if it costs me my life. He raised his sword high. The demon soldiers murmured. Didn't expect Her Majesty to actually have a pretty boy. She even kissed him. Another soldier growled. Shut it, don't doubt Her Majesty's love for His Majesty. Flustered and furious, the demon queen snapped. Kill him immediately. Leave no trace. A demon charged forward with a massive axe. Ceres raised his sword to block. Crack. One hit. His sword snapped in two. What? It broke just like that? Another demon rushed in, swinging a heavy weapon. Ceres dropped and dodged. The energy slash barely missed, but the force knocked him back. +100 attack is nice, but I have no defense, he thought. He leapt up, using the broken blade to shatter the enemy's weapon. The demon froze. This little guy is insanely strong. Another tried a sneak attack from behind, but Ceres had sensed it. He spun with grace and slashed powerfully, sending the attacker flying with raw strength alone. Beira stood frozen. That can't be F-rank power. Ceres smirked. Probably sliced him in half. Yet another demon came forward confidently. It's just a scratch. Ceres turned, eyes cold. HMPH. Seeing her minions fall, the demon queen unleashed a colossal kick that shook the entire battlefield. Even with his passive ability, Ceres was forced on the defensive. A blinding light exploded, wrecking the land. The shockwave reached Beira. It was just residue. Yet she collapsed, struggling. The demon army cheered. Her Majesty has him cornered. One hot-headed demon yelled, "Die, human!" and lunge. Ceres, drained, was ready to accept death. But suddenly, the queen's tail whipped the demon away, flinging him dozens of meters. She snapped coldly. No one is allowed to interfere. Her eyes darkened. Emotional instability, 91%. I'll deal with this human myself. She grabbed Ceres by the head. Her eyes ablaze. I'll bite you to death. And she did. She bit his ear, leaving a trail of saliva and teeth marks. System alert. +50 defense. Ceres froze. This is the price of power? He struggled and sighed. A righteous man like me, getting my ear bitten. What a disgrace. But then he mumbled to himself. Flustered. If it's for the safety of the city, maybe this is worth it. Wait. Is this a fight or a romantic side story? The demon queen started feeling strange after all her odd behavior toward Ceres. Blushing, she thought. I'm a demon beast. Why am I doing this to a human? She tried to stop herself. No more weirdness. But the more she resisted. +120 agility. Her body wouldn't listen anymore. Meanwhile, the demon soldiers blushed but still tried to believe in her. Didn't the demon queen want to kill the human? One demon soldier muttered. Another glared back. Fool, can't you see? She's clearly trying to find his weak spot. Even though flustered, Ceres knew his attack had increased by 150. He gritted his teeth and thrust his sword toward her. But the demon queen had already anticipated it. Her tail coiled tightly around his arm, then wrapped around his neck and squeezed mercilessly. Sarah's choked out. Damn it, still not strong enough? She flew forward, pinning him down, completely overpowering him. The demon troops cheered wildly. She really is trying to kill him. I was wrong. I was so wrong to doubt her. Just as the intensity peaked, the demon queen froze. Her face tensed, her eyes wide with panic and shame. She clenched her teeth. No, I'm the demon queen. I must endure. But her instincts flared. She leaned in. Now I'll rip your clothes off. And she did. She tore off Sarah's armor, stunning everyone watching. Still gripping his neck, she growled, "Look closely. See the difference between the weak body of a human and the might of a demon beast." But inside, she just wanted to see his muscles. The demon soldiers outside stared, jaws on the floor. This move hits the heart. Truly peak technique. They even began trying to memorize it. Sarah's panicked. "Where's my armor?" He froze, face burning red, trying to stay serious, but his eyes wandered awkwardly. HHMPH. The queen raised her hand again. Sarah's flinched. What now? I must stay calm, for the city's sake. But please, no more stat boosts. I'm dying of embarrassment. He told himself. I can hold out. I must. But before the thought even finished, the system buzzed. Emotional disturbance. 100%. Pressure applied. Her body pressed down on him. Sarah's groaned. She's heavy. His face twisted as he struggled. Eyes closed, tongue out. She slithered forward like she'd lost control. Despair hit Sarah's. Damn it, with my current strength, I can't beat these demons. Nearby, Beira blushed furiously, convincing herself. They're probably fighting, right? Sarah's, unable to escape, shut his eyes and made a vow. For the city, I'll sacrifice myself, for the greater good. He pulled the queen into an embrace, letting the points stack up. Blushing and gritting his teeth, he muttered, "Come on, I need the power boost. Plus 200 agility, plus 300 defense, plus 450 focus, plus 700 sensory, plus 830 intelligence, plus 900 endurance, plus 100 magic power, plus 1100 attack." Far away, the Demon King Bartley finally noticed his wife and soldiers hadn't returned. He rushed to the battlefield himself. The moment he arrived, he dropped his sword, eyes bulging in fury. "My queen!" Before him, Sarah's and the Demon Queen, locked in a position so steamy. It looked like an adult film scene. The demon soldiers knelt immediately. "Greetings, Your Majesty." Bartley's rage exploded. His eyes turned green. Dark energy surged from his body. "You dare? I'll kill you." System alert. Demon King Bartley has suffered severe emotional trauma. Sarah's body suddenly glowed golden. System alert. All stats doubled. Rank +1. But even so, Sarah's hesitated. With the king's overwhelming bloodlust, is this new level enough? The Demon Queen scrambled to explain. "My king, it's not what it looks like, let me explain." But how could Bartley believe it? Her hand was on Sarah's forehead. His clothes were torn. Their bodies were practically touching. The Demon King Bartley flew into a rage. His eyes shot out green laser beams. He roared like thunder. The ground shook violently. He dashed forward like lightning. Smoke and dust trailing, rocks flying everywhere. Seeing Sarah's still near the Demon Queen, he bellowed, "Get away from my beloved." In a flash, Bartley was already upon him, swinging his massive sword for a devastating blow. Sarah's was sent flying dozens of meters, crashing hard into the ground. Beira ran over, panicked. "Sarah's, are you okay?" Though in pain, Sarah's pushed himself up. I can still fight." Bartley marched forward, questioning the queen. "Didn't you promise there wouldn't be a next time?" The queen said nothing, eyes filled with guilt. This time, she didn't even bother to make excuses. Though heartbroken, Bartley held back his fury. "I still love you, but if this happens again..." She suddenly snapped, venting all her frustration. "It's your fault. You came too late." Bartley froze. "Huh? The queen jabbed her finger at his chest. "You were wrong, but I'm the one paying the price?" Bartley stood like a statue. Words stuck in his throat. The queen turned and walked away. Bartley stumbled after her. "Don't be mad, my love. I went to wipe out the humans first, then came back." 3 demon soldiers standing nearby whispered. "Love is amazing. Even if he's wrong, he doesn't get slapped." Meanwhile, Sarah's muttered, "Our power gap is too big. I need to run." He helped Beira retreat. "Can you walk? I'll carry you." Beira blushed. "No need, just a sore foot. I can manage." Back at the scene, the queen burst into sobs. "Because you came late, I was almost seduced by that human." She covered her face, wailing. "My pure love was nearly tainted." Bartley comforted her gently. "Don't cry, my queen, it's all the human's fault." Sarah's escaped, for now. He carried new power and emotional scars. The queen? It wasn't clear if she was seduced, or the one doing the seducing. Bartley, once the final boss, had now become a heartbroken husband, comforting his wife instead of slaying enemies. After being softened by the queen's sweet talk, Bartley darkened once more. Now I'll kill him. You won't be sad, right? The queen hugged him tenderly. You're the only one I love. How could I fall for a mere human? Just as Bartley basked in her affection, he realized Ceres and Beira had slipped away. You idiots. He escaped. Why didn't you stop him? The soldiers fumbled. But your majesty, the queen told us not to interfere. Bartley exploded. You brainless morons. He stormed off, yelling, you filthy human, daring to seduce my queen? He swung his colossal sword. Ceres went flying again. Beira screamed. Ceres. Ceres groaned. I think some bones just broke. Bartley charged at 100 kilometers per hour. You must die. Ceres panicked. System, lock on target. But before the system could respond, a hand slapped Bartley across the face. It was the queen. Do not harm him. The slap knocked Bartley's face sideways. His attack missing. He froze. Why? My queen? Ceres didn't wait. He ran for his life. Brain screaming. Just run already. System alert. Demon King Bartley suffered a mental blow. Ceres +1 level. The queen's eyes turned red. Tongue out. Cheeks flushed. Forget it. I can't hold back anymore. The system said nothing. Ceres leveled up again, while still fleeing. Wait, who's the boss and who's the pet? Why is the hero leveling up by getting pounced on? The queen growled. You seduced me. Now take responsibility. Bartley reached out to stop her. My love, what are you saying? He's just a human. But she'd already lost control. She broke free, lunging at Ceres like a starving beast. Ceres turned around. Bam! He was pinned to the ground. +180 vitality. +210 attack. +230 agility. Ceres sighed in his heart. I can only let her do what she wants. From behind, Bartley howled. You said I was your one and only. His eyes bloodshot, fangs bared. His scream echoed like a mad beast. Don't disturb us, the queen shrieked. System update. Demon King Bartley, status, despair. Beira shouted. +5 levels. Let go of Ceres, you shameless beast. The queen whipped her tail, wrapped it around Beira and slammed her into a wall. Danger, Beira gasped, weakened, but the queen continued, marking Ceres with her tongue. She murmured, why am I like this, but it makes me happy. Flushed cheeks, a sensual pose, eyes full of desire, a trembling hand clutching a sword. Bartley screamed, you lied to me, you harlot. I won't accept this. He roared, I'll kill you both, and swung his enormous sword down. The queen's eyes widened in terror. It looked like they were about to be sliced in two. But the sword stopped. Bartley dropped to his knees. I still love you. His sword fell. His body turned to stone. A green light pulsed from him. System warning. Bartley has completely collapsed. Self-destruction initiated. The queen stood in shock. +3 levels. The demon soldiers panicked. Your Majesty, what are you doing? We're innocent. But Bartley had entered annihilation mode. System alert. Imminent explosion. Evacuate immediately. The scene ends as the doomsday sirens blare. Ceres, Beira, and the demon queen now facing catastrophic ruin. Ceres surged forward at the speed of light, unleashing his skill, disciplinary slash. His body vanished into a vortex of blades, spiraling around the demon king. Bartley didn't even have time to react. He took the full brunt of the critical blow and was sent crashing violently across the ground. System notification. Skill activated. Multi-point strike, radius 5 meters. Damage output. Maximum. Suspended mid-air. Ceres hovered like a mythic figure, resolute and radiant, but his sword had snapped in half. He looked down, frowning. If I don't upgrade soon, I won't survive the next big fight. Across the battlefield, the demon queen's expression twisted in disbelief as she saw Bartley fall. Seriously? That's all it took? But then, Bartley jolted up like the undead, clinging tightly to the queen before she could react. Ooh-ah! He growled low into her ear. Keep your promise, die with me. She screamed and struggled. No, I still want to live. I want to see the future. System alert. Bartley is reaching critical overload. Just then, a blade soared in from afar, slashing between them. Ceres seized the queen's hand. We're leaving, now. Bartley howled in despair. UGE. The explosion that followed shook the heavens. A blinding white flash. Rocks shattered. The world cracked open like an apocalypse. Ceres yanked Beira and the queen to safety just in time. The three of them collapsed onto a barren, scorched plain. Breathless, motionless, alive. Ceres gasped for air. This is the bottom of the Ney fortress? Then he looked down. A tiny demon beast lay curled up, sleeping peacefully in the rubble. Huh. The creature blinked open one eye. System scan complete. Primal demon beast form. Name: Lin Lang Shishi. Mana: none. HP: 9. Without hesitation, the creature crawled into Sarah's pocket. Beira groaned, slowly sitting up, her body aching. She rubbed her hips and temples. Ow, where's Sally? She looked down. Sarah's was beneath her. Just then, the system chimed. Demon King Bartley eliminated. Reward unlocked. Full map of Ney Fortress. Accept reward? Sarah's turned red, a nosebleed forming. His head spun. Should I even open this right now? Then Beira realized their position. I'm so sorry. She rolled away, panicked. Sarah's stammered. No worries. He quietly accepted the reward. A full map unfurled before his eyes, detailing traps, dead ends, treasure rooms, and boss lairs. He grinned. Nice, we won't get lost now. Beira raised an eyebrow. You just saw something, didn't you? Nope, nothing. As they prepared to move out, Sarah's suddenly retched, face pale as chalk. Blier. Beira rushed to his side. Sarah's? What's wrong? His right arm began twisting and warping, purple veins bulging beneath the skin. His flesh started melting as if seared by acid. Sarah's screamed in agony. Quadruple arg. A foul purple liquid leaped from his skin. Beira held him tightly, trying to stabilize him. Don't let him fall. He's bleeding out. One of his fingers smoldered faintly, like a cursed ember. Sarah's writhed on the ground, groaning. Pain radiated through him like fire. And then, silence. The burning stopped. Sarah's exhaled sharply. It's over. Completely drained, he collapsed in Beira's arms. Beira knelt beside him, trembling. She touched his half-melted finger. Sally, what's happening to your body? Sarah's bowed his head. I've been poisoned. Mantelpiece clock 6 months earlier. The city had been overrun by demon beasts. Sarah's had fled for his life, dodging claws and fangs. Amid the chaos, he witnessed a hero fight to his final breath. That hero was clutching a sealed, mysterious box. The demon beasts were after it. Though the hero's sword was shattered, he refused to let go. Then, the box was broken. A dark, foul liquid burst out. Demonic energy flooded the skies. Blood rained from above. Sarah's, trapped under debris, inhaled the stench. Though he never touched the liquid, he was poisoned. He watched in horror as the hero's body melted away, screaming, "My body is dissolving?" After being rescued and hospitalized, the doctors gave him the truth. He had only 1 year to live. His body was breaking down from the inside. Pain, fatigue, hopelessness. But even then, Sarah's didn't give up. He found one clue. Only the blood of a demon god can purge the poison. Now, Sarah's fights not only to protect others, but to survive. Lying in bed, Sarah's scoured the system for a miracle. One day, a strange prompt appeared. Player mode. Engage? Trace found. Demon god's blood. Accept mission? With fierce determination, he hit accept. The world shifted. Destination set. Ney Fortress. Exactly where he and Beira are now, trapped and hunted. Beira listened quietly as Sarah's told her everything. Then she stepped forward and helped him up. If the cure is here, we'll find it. Sarah's struggled to his feet. There's a room ahead, full of gear and weapons. Beira nodded. All right. Together, they moved forward, staggering, bleeding, but determined. Ney Fortress is no longer just a dungeon. It's Sarah's only hope for life. A squad of unfamiliar royal guards cautiously stepped into the vast, dim chamber. Suddenly, a trap was triggered. A razor-sharp beam of light sliced clean through one of the soldiers' armor. Some dodged in time, others weren't so lucky. Ooh-ah! Captain Denny shouted. Don't move, it's rigged with traps. Everyone froze in place. They stared in horror at the body of Kelade, the squad's strongest defender, dead on the spot, impaled through the skull. A hushed groan echoed. Who's going to be our meat shield now? From behind, a cold voice rang out. We didn't come this far to turn back. Zillus, commander of the subjugation unit, stepped forward with authority. Old rule stands. Lowest rank leads. All eyes turned to Maku. AD rank. The sacrifice. Zillus looked down at him with detached calm. Go, find the safe path. Maku's body trembled, drenched in sweat. Terror etched across his face. Denny quietly offered him a detection device, a tactical scanner to help avoid traps. But Zillus didn't even flinch. With a flash of his sword, he sliced the device in half. You still clinging to junk like this? I'll kill you myself. Maku watched his only hope shatter before his eyes. He had no way out. Step by step, he moved forward, each movement laced with silent prayers. His foot hovered over the next tile. His entire body tensed, awaiting the click of death. But, nothing. A shaky breath. I survived the first one. Before him lay dozens more pressure tiles. each a possible death sentence. Zillus barked. Stop stalling. Keep going. Maku began sobbing uncontrollably. His mind unraveled. I don't want to die. I want to go home, he screamed. Click. His foot landed on a pressure plate. A beam of light shot up from below, piercing his skull. Instant death. Denny shouted in alarm. It's a ground-level trap. They change positions each time, it's impossible to detect. Zillus didn't flinch. He turned to the next in line. Next lowest rank. Step forward. But just then, click. A door in the distance slowly creaked open. All heads turned. Sarah's and Beira walked in. Shock rippled through the room. Aren't they from the bait unit? Zillus clenched his teeth. That damn Saley is still alive? Sarah's replied casually. Yup. Denny exhaled in relief. Sarah's, you're okay, thank goodness? Zillus's memory flashed. His fury reignited. He roared. Tell me, how do you know my wife's underwear color? A sword suddenly blocked Sarah's path. The atmosphere turned razor sharp. The subordinates murmured nervously. Captain, please calm down. Under pressure, Sarah's quickly switched to diplomacy. I trained my intuition to perceive the color of objects, for combat purposes. But Zillus wasn't buying it. Shut it, Mutt. Explain your relationship with Takam, now. A subordinate intervened. Captain, killing someone inside the city is a criminal offense. Sarah's refused to stay silent. I won't let you slander my character. If it's proof you want, let me demonstrate the results of my training. He pointed at each soldier. Pink, no underwear, secret lovers. One soldier snapped. Captain, permission to kill him now. Another restrained him. No, we can't spill blood inside city walls. It'll cause too much trouble. The group began murmuring. Better idea. Dump him in the bait squad. Everyone thought Sarah's was doomed. No one expected him to return alive. I just went to upgrade my gear. Sarah's shrugged, and ran into you guys again. Zillus pointed directly at him. Sarah's, come here. As captain, I order you. Sarah's understood immediately. He wanted to use him as the next sacrificial pawn. Denny stepped in, trying to stop him. Don't move. Sarah's, wait. He offered a clever solution. If Sarah's made it this far, we can follow the exact path he used. It's already safe. But Zillus sneered coldly. To take down the C-rank dungeon boss. I've already lost over 10 elite men. There's no time for detours. Sarah's had been dragged into a political game. A scapegoat or an inconvenient survivor? Even Denny began to waver. The squad was fracturing, but Zillus remained ruthless. Next episode. Bait unit returns, the reluctant survivor. Denny finally snapped. He couldn't stand watching his allies become sacrifices. But Zillus shot back. If you don't like it, you go. Denny froze, helpless. Zillus turned his eyes toward Sarah's. Didn't you say your instincts were trained? Now's the time to prove it. Orders are orders. Disobeying them is treason. Sarah's calmly opened the system, pulled up the map, and muttered, oh. His face remained composed. Beira, worried, whispered, Sarah's, don't. That path looks dangerous. But he cut her off. Captain's orders. I'll be fine. He stepped forward without hesitation. He's moving. He's actually going. He really believes in that intuition of his? Soldiers murmured nervously. System navigation. Step forward 3 tiles. Rotate right, 2 tiles. Sarah's muttered as he walked. Tile by tile, he progressed. He passed multiple trap zones unharmed. 3 steps. No trigger. Whispers grew louder. Is he lucky, or is this real? He continued, turning left, 2 tiles forward. Everyone held their breath. He paused on a suspicious-looking brick. They all screamed internally. UAAAAA. He triggered it. Didn't he? Nope. He moved on. Safe. No trap. A soldier gasped. How does he know the path? He couldn't be guessing. Wait, does he have a map? Another murmured. Over 10 men died exploring the front sector. An F-rank hero couldn't know this by chance. Sarah's stumbled once. Wobbled. Phew. But regained his balance. He kept walking. Step by step. Confident now. He whispered to himself. Almost there. The others stared in disbelief. He was really going to make it through the entire field? Even Zillus's face turned dark and silent. Sarah's stepped past Maku's corpse. Each movement steady and composed. System alert. Destination reached. He stood in front of Zillus, smiling calmly. This is the result of my training. Takam and I are clean. Zillus drew his blade, pressing it to Sarah's throat. Sarah's flinched. The captain snarled. Instinct. My ass. That was pure luck. And luck always runs out. His eyes burned with jealousy and resentment. He couldn't stomach Sarah's quiet strength. But he turned the spite into command. If you're that capable, lead the rest of the way. That's an order. It wasn't strategy. It was revenge. A punishment disguised as duty. System notification. Demon beasts gain stamina and fatigue resistance after consuming Blue Realm mushrooms. Humans, however, will experience abdominal pain. Ceres spotted 2 mushrooms on the ground. Oh, mushrooms? He hesitated. I can't eat these, but maybe just a lick won't hurt. Just then, Zillus approached. What's that in your hand? Ceres? Mushroom. Before he could finish, Zillus snatched the mushroom and stuffed it into his mouth, chewing noisily. Everything in this dungeon belongs to the guild and the subjugation squad, he declared mid-chew, glaring. You don't get to pick things at will. Get out front. That's an order. Ceres smiled politely. Yes, Captain. I'll make sure I never walk behind you again. His obedience seemed to placate Zillus. Good. At least you know your place. Meanwhile, Donnie walked over to support the weary Beira. I'm sorry. I should have reassigned you from the bait unit earlier. But Beira replied softly. I volunteered. Donnie blinked. Why? Beira didn't answer. Her gaze drifted quietly toward Ceres, the one she had silently chosen to stand beside. At that moment, Ceres stood firm, pointing forward. That door leads to the boss. The other one's a dead end. A medic chimed in. Her bones are fully healed. Thank you, Beira replied gently. Donnie looked down, conflicted. Beira. She turned her head slightly. Donnie pleaded. Don't throw your life away trying to protect an F rank. The bait unit exists to be sacrificed. I'm a B rank. I can protect you. Please, stop doing foolish things. But Beira said nothing. Her determined gaze said it all. Her choice was made. Danger or not, she stood with Ceres. After confirming the door was trap-free, Ceres nodded. It's safe. We can proceed. Zillus ordered. Then you go open it. We can't let valuable members take the risk. Me? Ceres asked. What do you mean, me? Go. Ceres stepped toward the door. A cold gust flowed out as it creaked open. The entire squad drew their weapons. Traps could be armed, stay alert. But Zillus suddenly began to sweat. His face contorted. Damn it, my stomach. A soldier sniffed the air. Wait, what's that smell? Ceres walked calmly through the threshold, no danger. Zillus began to panic internally. No way. Is this because of the mushroom? In the heart of a dungeon, mid-battle, he was about to suffer a digestive catastrophe. The contrast was surreal. Ceres, steady as a mountain, walked ahead confidently, while Zillus stood trembling, clenching everything, face twisted in agony. As Ceres moved deeper into the room, a chill lingered in the air. A warning. Something was waiting. The dungeon boss, hiding in the dark. After scouting, Ceres called out, every part of this room has traps. Follow my steps exactly. Without warning, he took off running. Everyone, move, step where I step. The squad scrambled after him. Wait, why are we running? I don't know, but just run. Zillus clenched his fists, straining. Damn mushroom. Still, he shouted after them. Stop running. Walk. That's an order. But then the entire group covered their noses. Something's wrong. It stinks. Poison gas? One cried. It must be a trap. Run. A soldier mumbled, confused. This smell, it's oddly familiar. Zillus's face turned bright red. Shut up and move. You want to die here? Everyone bolted. No one dared ask questions. After a long sprint, Ceres finally stopped, catching his breath against a boulder. Zillus stumbled over, livid and exhausted. Ceres. Yes, Captain? Do you even know what that mushroom does? Why'd you bolt? Ceres gave a picture-perfect innocent face. Huh? I didn't know. It's just a mushroom, right? Zillus growled. Just a mushroom, forget it. A kind teammate brought over a rock. Captain, here, take a breather. Wham! Zillus kicked the rock aside. Rest, my ass. Get your heads back in the game. The poor teammate flew backward. OWW. Still fuming, Zillus drew his sword and pointed it at Ceres's neck. If you run again, I swear I'll cut you down. Ceres turned pale. Yes, sir. Awkward silence settled over the squad. No one said it out loud, but everyone knew that poison gas had an extremely questionable origin. As they moved forward again, Ceres took the lead, calmly warning, don't step on those tiles there. Beneath them, a massive beast lay fast asleep, its breathing deep and steady. Above, a serpent-like tongue curled lazily from a slit in the cavern ceiling. Sensing for prey. System alert. Warning. Do not make contact. Zillus narrowed his eyes, silently evaluating the surroundings. Strange, the deeper we go, the fewer traps we see. Not a single demon beast in sight. A theory crept into his mind. Could it be? Has Ceres been here before? Or, does he have insider intel? No. Impossible. But still, envy festered, mingling with paranoia. Soon, Ceres would reach the boss chamber. And then, he'd be expendable. At a sharp bend in the cave, a jagged rock jutted from above. Zillus moved quietly, unsheathing his sword. With one fluid motion, he launched a full-force strike at the ceiling, aimed at dislodging the stone to fall right onto Ceres. Sarah's walked ahead, completely unaware of the looming death overhead. Crack! A loud crash rang out above. Sarah's looked up, startled. Huh? Just as the rock broke loose, a demon beast lunged up from the shadows and took the blow for him. Blinked in disbelief. What? Then, whip! The beast's tail, sharp and scorpion-like, lashed backward. It sliced through the air with terrifying precision, and struck Zillus square in the chest. He had no time to react. Arg! Zillus was sent flying, slammed against the rock wall. The team gasped in chaos. Captain? Tension surged. The one who plotted betrayal was punished by fate itself. Sarah's stood unharmed, oblivious to how close he'd come to death. Saved by a beast. Whether coincidence or divine irony, no one knew, but the cave had no intention of showing mercy. Suddenly, the entire chamber began to collapse. Massive stones tumbled from above, crashing into the earth. Sarah's was buried beneath the rubble. No one in the squad could see or reach him. He clawed desperately, but he was completely trapped. Then, a voice echoed from the darkness. A human? Here? From the shadows, a woman emerged, her figure graceful, but her presence suffocating. She stepped into the light, revealing herself with cold, arrogant poise. Her name was Saw-Dare. Her gaze was sharp, her expression a mask of disdain and hatred. TCH. Disgusting. I might vomit. Sarah's was now face to face with a humanoid demon beast, one far different from the mindless creatures he'd fought before. She was intelligent, mysterious, hostile, a potential hidden boss. A tiger-fanged demon beast. Class B+. Blocked the warrior's path, its grotesque body radiating overwhelming pressure. It was under the control of Saw-Dare, who stood in the shadows like a puppeteer. Denny took charge, rallying the squad. Form a shield wall. Archers, prepare golden arrows. A volley flew, but as the arrows reached the beast, its aura ignited them midair. They turned to ash before impact. A violent shockwave blasted through the front line, sending warriors stumbling. Despite injuries and fear, Denny roared, "Hold the line, don't fall back." Suddenly, the B+ beast lunged at Sarah's, aiming for a quick, lethal strike, but Sarah's sidestepped in a flash, just barely avoiding the claws. Then countered with a single punch. Punch output: 3.190 power units. Boom! The beast exploded into a splatter of greenish sludge, its limbs torn apart and flung across the battlefield. The squad stared in stunned silence. Sarah's had obliterated it. But Sarah's didn't stop to celebrate. He knew the antidote he needed was deeper inside the dungeon. Wasting energy on side battles would only delay his survival. He turned and withdrew calmly, sparing Saw-Dare for now. That's when her true nature was revealed. Saw-Dare, an A+ class demon beast in human form. She sneered, disgusted. "I won't soil my hands touching a human like you." From her fingers extended eerie glowing green threads, binding her beasts like puppets. Her goal: eliminate Sarah's, then wipe out the remaining warriors. With the B+ beast destroyed, the real threat had only just begun. Sarah's now stood alone, facing an enemy far beyond his class. He clenched his fists. "I'm a hero. I fight to protect humanity. Even if I use every last drop of strength, I will stand and fight." System engaged. Combat mode activated. Without warning, Saw-Dare launched herself forward. Her long legs, nearly 6 feet in length, arched upward in a devastating kick. Crack! Her legs clamped around Sarah's neck, slamming him to the ground like a pro wrestler. Wah! Sarah's groaned in pain. System update. Status: locked. Stimulation value: 16%. Stupid boy, Saw-Dare mocked. You don't even know your limits. Outside, the chaos continued. A second B+ beast still raged, keeping Denny and the warriors on their heels. They tried to aim for its red forehead, believing it was a weak point, but it retaliated brutally. Inside, Saw-Dare continued to toy with Sarah's, taunting all of humanity. "This is where your kind ends." Her legs continued punishing Sarah's handsome face, making him twitch and gasp. "You filthy brat," she screamed while blushing. A clear Tsunere signal. Speed boost. +220 agility. Outside, Beira couldn't wait any longer. She broke through the ranks despite being warned, charging in to find Sarah's. The beast attacked Beira, but Denny jumped in, intercepting the strike with his sword. Muscles clenched, body trembling, he stood firm. It was a true hero's act of courage. Back in the boss chamber, Saw-Dare's face flushed deeply. "You got my legs dirty, disgusting human." But her expression betrayed her. She liked it. Some kind of mysterious fluid dripped from her leg. The scene had turned messy. Sarah's broke free from her hold, clutching his neck, gasping. +340 agility. System upgrade. Boosting damage and speed after sustained hits. He wiped his mouth, His body shook, but he stood up again. Facing her, Sawdare, dangerous, beautiful, utterly unpredictable. She wasn't just bloodthirsty. She blushed while fighting, mocked him, but didn't kill him. And maybe, just maybe, she was enjoying this. The battle was far from over. But one thing was clear. Ceres wasn't just shaking up the enemy ranks. He was starting to stir something far deeper. Ceres was out of weapons. He couldn't use blink slash. So he charged in bare-handed. And threw a solid punch at Sawdare's face. But she dodged effortlessly, like she was swatting away a breeze. Then, bam! Her high kick smashed directly into his face, launching him like a rocket into the wall. The pretty face of the main character, deleted. Before Ceres could recover, Sawdare lashed out with her scorpion tail, controlled by glowing green threads. Ceres dodged again, this time coating his palm with mana and slicing the tail clean in half. But she was faster. With inhuman agility, she lunged forward, legs wrapping tightly around Ceres's neck, slamming him back to the floor. The ground cracked beneath them from the force. Her face? Bright red. Her expression? Unexplainable. Ceres struggled to escape, accidentally grabbing her thigh. She shrieked. Eeyaw! Flushed like a tomato. Humiliated and furious, she stomped on his face. You filthy mongrel. Then she snapped 2 sharp claw pieces from the scorpion tail, forging them into handcuffs that locked Ceres in place. Pinned, trapped, helpless, she raised her foot over his head, about to stomp again. Humans deserve to be crushed under my heel. System notifications. Plus 50 endurance. Plus 71 perception. Plus 93 mana. Stimulation value. 66%. The more she stomped, the more power surged. This battle was turning into something the system itself didn't know how to classify. Sawdare's dominance meter was rising. Her emotions? A twisted blend of fury and pleasure. Outside the boss chamber, Denny and the warriors were still struggling against the second B+ beast. They thought the glowing red on its forehead was a weak point. They were wrong. It struck back with brutal force. Meanwhile, inside, Sawdare taunted Ceres while sitting on top of him, tightening her grip with each stomp. You humans, this is your limit. She activated her divine silver threads, intensifying the torment. Bera, on her way to rescue Ceres, narrowly avoided being slammed by the creature's massive tail. She accidentally leapt onto its rear. A moment of silence. Everyone stared. Nobody dared to say what they were thinking. The beast's tail smashed a crater into the wall. Bera escaped by the skin of her teeth. Even Zillus barely dodged a tail strike that could have sent him to the spirit altar. The beast, overwhelmed by Sawdare's increasingly passionate combat, rolled on the ground, moaning, leaking, trembling, like it had acquired emotions. Zillus saw his chance. Tiger Fang blade style, cleave of the severed body. He unleashed a flurry of brilliant blue sword slashes, slicing off one of the beast's claws. It flew through the air and crashed into the cavern wall, a cinematic spray of dust and wind behind it. The squad erupted in cheers. Our captain Zillus is an A- rank hottie. Meanwhile, Sawdare showed no signs of slowing down. She stayed on top of Ceres, stomping, grinding, blushing harder with each second. Stimulation. 95%. Critical release threshold approaching. Ceres gasped beneath her. The system kept updating. Plus 220 agility. Plus 340 speed boost. System buff. Damage increases with humiliation received. The scorpion beast outside was now fully deranged. Rolling, moaning, leaking green goo. Its movements beyond reason. The squad, unaware of the real cause, thought victory was near. Weak. It's weakening. No, it wasn't weak. It was just emotionally overloaded because its master was too into it. Back in the boss room, Sawdare stepped on something sensitive. Kya. Everyone watching, whether reader or viewer, collectively clutched their heads. There was no saving this Tsunere dominatrix demon girl anymore. Sawdare resumed her merciless assault. Her bare foot, unshod, unwashed, who knows where it had stepped, was now jammed straight into Ceres's mouth. HHHM, please take it out. It's filthy. Ceres gagged, muffled in agony and shame. System alert. Plus 1.632 vitality. Plus 2.051 focus. Plus 2.167 endurance. His eyes snapped open, glowing. He was about to awaken. Meanwhile, outside the chamber, Zillus unleashed his ultimate move, Divine Rebirth Slash. His blade tore through the scorpion beast. The monster shrieked. Was it in pain? Or, in bliss? Nobody could tell. Even its death was awkwardly euphoric. Dust billowed like a sandstorm. The squad gawked. He's too powerful. One slash and boom, quarry obliterated. Back inside, Sawdare finally removed her foot from Ceres's mouth. But the drool was everywhere. The scene? Disgraceful. Everyone watching? Please, Can we not with the foot drama anymore? Just then, her face changed. Crap, I forgot my real mission. Lord Naga is coming. She backflipped 10 meters like a guilty ninja. Panicking, I am supposed to kill the humans. But Ceres was no longer the pathetic boy pinned under her heel. To Sadaer's eyes, he now loomed tall, like a reincarnated demon king. A pressure emanated from him. Her heart trembled. Do I really have to fight this thing? She was wounded, mentally and emotionally. And Ceres? He was glowing with protagonist energy. Outside, Zillus was still swinging wildly and delivering monologues like a drama king. After all that stomping, squashing, and domination, Sadaer ran. She vanished, leaving Ceres confused. Wait, why'd she just leave? But Ceres didn't chase. His eyes were on the prize. The godfiend's blood, his only cure. Beira arrived breathless, boots stomping over rubble. She kicked away a boulder like a martial artist and gasped. Ceres, are you hurt? Let me check. I'm fine. Seriously, stop worrying. Mom. Ceres waved her off, his tone embarrassed. Zillus stepped up again. Heroic mode toggled on. Stand behind me. I'll kill the boss. Everyone scattered like mice. Zillus ran fastest. Kill a level D boss. Get level C loot, fame. Promotion. Riches. I'm gonna be rich. Inside the boss chamber, Sadaer kneeled, trembling before a horned figure who waved his hands dramatically like a Broadway diva. Lord Naga. He didn't bother listening, just fired a golden beam through her chest. You'll become fuel. Her body collapsed into a pile of corpses. I don't want to die yet. Behind her, a bubbling cauldron of green ooze boiled. Viewer warning. Do not consume while eating. This is the godfiend's blood, refined from thousands of humans and monsters. Brew nearly complete. The door exploded again. Someone stepped in, bathed in shimmering anime light. Naga squinted. Who dares intrude? Ceres stood tall. The hero that will make you tremble. His eyes locked on the blood. It was the only antidote that could stop the poison destroying his body from within. Meanwhile, Zillus was still talking big from the hallway. I will personally slay the true boss of the lower fortress. He hadn't even finished clearing the previous room. Sadaer is officially out. Naga has entered the stage. And Ceres is finally ready for his final showdown. To fight for the cure. For his allies. And for himself. Ceres recognized the object placed atop the altar, the godfiend's blood. Encased in a glowing pink magic formation. It was the core of this wicked ritual and the only cure to purge the poison from his body. It was also the key to defeating the dungeon's boss. Naga. Zillus bravely charged forward, sword aimed at Naga's head. Face full of confidence. But Naga simply raised a finger glowing with golden light. Without even moving, he blasted Zillus straight into the wall. His grade A armor was shattered in an instant. Luckily, he had on an extra grade S soft dragon scale armor gifted by his brother, which saved his life. His teammates rushed over, checking his injuries in panic. As Zillus realized he couldn't fight Naga head-on, he changed strategy. Everyone, attack, forget formation, wear the beast down. Denny calmly objected. We shouldn't act recklessly. Maintain formation to avoid unnecessary casualties. Zillus snapped. Are you questioning me? I'm the commander. Do as I say. But everyone had already sensed the growing tension between them. Naga, confirmed to be an over-leveled boss, had easily crushed a grade A warrior. Zillus started plotting to use his comrades as sacrifices, waiting for a chance to strike. At his command, soldiers charge. Naga unfurled 4 arms and mocked. Your flesh is unworthy of fueling the altar. A massive golden wave erupted. The searing heat melted people on the spot. Ceres managed to save 2. But the rest were vaporized. Even Zillus's sword melted in his grip. Terrified, he heard Naga's cold voice whisper in his ear. Didn't you want to scare me? Zillus now had only one thought, run. Denny, tears flowing, cradled a burned comrade. Zillus turned coldly and ordered. Everyone left. Retreat. But Ceres grabbed his arm. Eyes blazing. Didn't you say you'd be our shield? The battle's not over. You can't run. Zillus screamed. I'm your leader. Obey me. I may not beat the boss, but I can beat a worthless F-rank like you. Naga raised a finger again. As he prepared another strike, Zillus struggled, but Ceres wouldn't let go. In desperation, Zillus raised a fist to strike his comrade, only to have Ceres catch it and twist it back. You said you're the shield. Ceres said firmly. Then stand and protect your team, prove it. At that moment, Naga's golden blast fired. Ceres shoved Zillus right into it. Boom! Zillus was sent flying, spitting blood. Armor shattered, teeth scattered, his body crashed into a teammate, causing screams of panic. The proud shield was now a broken wreck, symbolic of his empty arrogance. Ceres stood tall. Now, it's my turn. Beira stepped forward, silent but firm, standing beside him out of love. Denny also joined, out of duty. I came to slay monsters. Denny declared, not to follow a coward. Naga chuckled, you've seen my power, still won't run? But Sarah's was already gone. Flash activated, his blade slicing so fast that Naga instinctively pulled his hand back. The boss had flinched, but Sarah's didn't follow up. Instead, he ran straight for the altar. The godfiend's blood, my cure, I'm here for it, he shouted. Naga stared in disbelief. He doesn't want to kill me? He came for the blood? Sarah's charged toward the altar with reckless resolve, murmuring to himself, just a little more, I'm almost there. The godfiend's blood, the cure his body desperately needed, was within reach. From behind, Naga roared, filthy human, don't you dare approach my altar. Denny and Beira leapt forward to block the path, creating a last chance for Sarah's. Denny struck with precision, sword and eyes glowing, but Naga caught his blade with ease and blasted a beam of golden light toward Sarah's. Beira pushed herself to the limit and deflected the attack, just enough to spare Sarah's life. Sarah's reached the godfiend's blood, but the pink magic circle pulsated with danger. The moment he touched it, boom, a massive explosion launched him backward. Naga sneered coldly, as long as I live, no being will ever set foot on my altar. Panting hard, Sarah's muttered, I have to defeat the boss. I can't obtain the cure the normal way. Suddenly, from a nearby crevice, a trembling foot emerged. It was Shatir, the female beast who had fled earlier. In a miserable state, she looked up at Sarah's with pleading eyes. Please, don't make a sound. Don't let Lord Nay know I'm here. At the same time, Naga raged, flinging Beira and Denny away with a sweep of his hand. Useless insects. Seeing Beira in danger, Sarah's reached into his pouch and pulled out a Gia-Lan mushroom, a stamina booster, and placed it silently beside Shatir. It'll help you recover, he said, then turned and bolted back into battle. Beira, I'm coming. Shatir, stunned, teared up as she took the mushroom and slowly began to nibble. A faint change flickered within her. System alert. Shatir affection increased. Weapon unlock condition met. But just as Sarah's charged to save Beira, the system blocked his path and forced a card selection. I don't have time for this. Sarah's growled, I'm trying to save someone. He reluctantly drew a card. Weapon unlocked. Berserker Divine Blade. A sword of radiant gold and blazing crimson surged into his hand. Let's see how you like this, he roared. He slashed at Naga, but the boss caught the blade barehanded. Hey, you fell for it, Naga said darkly. Those two were just bait. You are my real target. Sarah's didn't flinch. I never said I'd run. His blade slashed through Naga's skin, but no blood spilled. That's the gap between humans and beasts. Naga smirked. Then suddenly, rip, Naga's robe tore completely, leaving only a frilly skirt. His face went bright red. Why are my clothes gone? He crossed his arms over his chest in panic. From outside, Denny shouted, he stripped the boss. Sarah's stripped the boss. System alert. Berserker Divine Blade, special effect triggered. All attacks tear enemy clothing. Hidden skill activated. Holy Blade execution, bonus damage against exposed enemies. Naga trembled, clutching his body, blushing furiously. You, filthy degenerate, how dare you use such shameless tactics? I'll kill you. After slashing Nabjia's arm, causing her top to explode, Sarah's speculated, if I slash her leg, the skirt will shred too. Full body exposure, just what I need to trigger the Holy Slaughter Sword. He planned to repeatedly use Swift Step Slash to aim for Nabjia's legs. But the system warned, only 6 uses left. 10-second cooldown each, and must switch targets every time. Sarah's grumbled, what a trash skill, but kept it anyway. He focused all his strikes on her legs. But Nabjia dodged with insane agility. She started to grow suspicious. My top's already torn, is he seriously aiming to destroy my skirt too? On the next strike, Nabjia delivered a brutal kick straight to Sarah's face, sending him flying and nearly breaking his nose. Sarah's got up, wincing, but muttered, compared to being dissolved by poison, this kick is nothing, and charged in again, counting cooldown seconds in his head. When Nabjia launched a light-based attack, Sarah's dodged it flawlessly, catching the boss off guard. He launched a swift step slash at her leg, saw green blood splatter, and thought he landed it, but when he looked up, she was already airborne. Nabjia mocked, if I wasn't afraid of stripping down, your slow speed would have been vaporized long ago. Then fired another beam of light. Sarah's dodged again, but Nabjia didn't intend to stop. Under pressure from cooldown limits, Sarah's kept slashing toward her skirt to trigger the ultimate. But despite his speed, she dodged every time, sometimes even kicking him away. His attacks came close to success but missed as the boss soared out of range at the last second. Nabjia began an aggressive counteroffensive, putting Sarah's in danger. The system kept chiming, skill cooling, and Sarah's screamed in frustration. 10 seconds feels like an eternity. Forget it, time to go full frontal. He slashed head-on, breaking through Nabjia's light barrage. Wind howled. Scene slowed down. Hair flew. Light shimmered. Denny, watching, was stunned. He's F rank? I'm B rank and wouldn't even try that. Ceres smirked. You can't hit me. But Nabjia gave a wicked smile. I don't need to kill you, but that girl's easy. And redirected her attack at the injured Beira. Ceres reacted instantly, using swift step slash to intercept the beam and dash to Beira, but it was a trap. Nabjia sneered. Saving a damsel is the easiest way to get stabbed, and launched a backstab. But Ceres wasn't fooled. He spun midair and unleashed a counter-spin cleave, disarming the surprise attack in an instant. As the boss retreated to the altar, she panicked. Damn it, I forgot to add fuel. The demon god's blood is cooling. 100 years wasted. Beira panted, cheeks flushed. My body, so hot? System alert. Emotional resonance value, 91%. Beira was on the verge of awakening, or maybe being affected by the demon god's blood. Beira leaned close to Ceres' face, opened her mouth, stuck out her tongue, about to do something that made Denny turn pale. In Ceres' mind, a flashback appeared of 8-year-old Beira. You want to kiss me? Ceres screamed. No way. Then bolted and ran far away. Denny rushed over, worried. Beira, were you poisoned or something? Why would you want to kiss that guy? Beira froze. What did I just do? Her self-control was gone. She covered her face in embarrassment while Denny noticed something strange. Hallucinations. Loss of bodily control. Boss Nabjia summoned evil spirits and threw them into the demon god's blood cauldron, preparing to boil it dry. Ceres was stunned. She's going to burn all the demon god's blood? A plan was born. He needed to activate the holy slaughter sword to strike and finish it all in one blow. Ceres grabbed Beira's hand and said seriously, I need you to cooperate with me. If you and I just XX, Beira froze. Her face flushed red like a tomato. Denny exploded. How can he say something so filthy with a straight face? Ceres still pleaded sincerely. I know it's hard for you. But please, system alert. Resonance value. 93%. Denny's voice trembled. His eyes serious. Face red as a chili. Tell me the truth. Do you like Ceres because he's stronger than me? Beira calmly looked at Denny, lightly touching the front of his shirt. You asked me once what kind of person I like, right? Denny nodded, eyes full of anticipation. Beira whispered, I like someone who stands tall, who protects those weaker than themselves, who's willing to sacrifice for their team. Not always strong, but never runs away. Denny felt like a hammer had struck his heart, his whole body burning. Ceres shouted, what kind of cursed name is that? I never signed up for this. Beira blushed. Don't tell me, we had to cooperate that way? Denny screamed. No way. I'm out. System warning. Improper withdrawal will cause explosion. Ceres roared. Fine, let's do it. Just to beat the boss. Ceres calculated. If I hit the head and feet at once, I can activate Holy Slaughter. My stats are now plus 5000. This is my golden chance. Nabjia stood before the demon god's blood. Face urgent. Still not hot enough. Can't maintain the boil. Must add fuel. Those 3 humans. The boss soared into the sky, revealing his monstrous form. You filthy humans, become fuel for my offering. Ceres braced his sword against Nabjia's ultimate strike. System alert. Mana depleting fast. Remaining MP, 11. No more skills usable. Ceres went still. It's over. Beira appeared, gently turned Ceres' head. You need my help, don't you? Without a word, she hugged Ceres tightly in front of everyone. Denny stood frozen, his heart shattered. Inside Beira echoed a confession. I've liked you since we were young. I've never changed. System message. Level +5. All stats +27500. A terrifying force erupted. The earth quaked. The skies split. Nabjia screamed in terror. Impossible. Where did he get that power? Ceres readied his stance, gripping the berserker divine sword, his body surrounded by a brilliant orange light. Nabjia laughed with contempt. You're just a lowly human. No matter how strong you are, it's useless. But before he could finish his words, Ceres had already slashed a deadly strike. Nabjia's crown shattered, his robes torn apart. A sharp sword arc sliced across the boss's face. Nabjia screamed, my face. System alert. Berserker Divine Sword has activated skill. Holy Sword descends. Ceres' sword changed from red to radiant gold. Enveloped in divine firelight, Nabjia's eyes turned bloody as he poured all his power into conjuring a massive magic orb. Kill them all. Ceres swung his sword from afar. A beam of light cut through the magic orb, tore across the ground, forming a trench of light that ripped space itself. Even Beira and Denny were thrown back by the shockwave. As the dust cleared, Ceres stood victorious, breathing heavily. I won. System displayed. Holy Sword descends. Cooldown, 20 seconds. Ceres turned his back and walked toward the altar, intending to touch the demon god's blood, but the magic array remained intact. Ceres was stunned. What is this? Why hasn't the array disappeared? Napgia, battered and bruised, stood back up, growling. Filthy human, don't you dare touch the sacred demon god's blood. System alert. Holy sword descends cooldown, 9 seconds remaining. Ceres turned, his voice solemn. Then I'll end you in 9 seconds. Denny's weak voice called out. Bella? Ceres turned back and immediately saw system warning. Vital signs too low. Risk of death. At that moment, Boss Napgia rose again, screaming madly. As long as I live, you won't succeed. Ceres made a choice, abandon the final strike. He rushed toward Bella, holding her tightly while dragging Denny to escape. As Ceres ran, a massive terrifying purple spider monster appeared and blocked their path. Bella, frail in his arms, recalled the past, mocked by friends for her looks. Ugly freak, trying to kiss someone? Go act in a chimpanzee show. One boy even dragged Ceres away. Ugly is contagious, don't go near her. Ceres couldn't hold back and slapped the boy. The memory unfolded like a melancholic film reel. I'm the father, you're the mother, I'll take responsibility. Ceres kissed Bella's forehead gently, making her blush. Returning to the present, Ceres swung his sword and slashed the spider beast apart. Green blood splashing everywhere. He kept running and whispered, Bella, you'll be okay. While Ceres fled, Napgia trembled before the altar. Blue light swirling around her. She muttered, just a little more, the heat is dropping. We'll finish it. Ending with a crazed leap, Napgia hurled herself into the demon god's blood cauldron to complete the ritual by offering her own body. A dragon-like monster opened its mouth, charging a breath attack at Ceres. He jumped onto its head and unleashed a swift step slash, taking down the dragon in one blow. The berserker divine sword vanished immediately, leaving Ceres stunned. System, enemy defeated. Weapon returned to system. Will reopen in 12 hours. At the exit, Sirius team cheered. We made it out. We survived. Sirius scoffed. That Ceres guy probably died to the boss. Serves him right. But suddenly, Ceres emerged from the shadows, carrying Bella in one arm, dragging Denny with the other. Face cold as ice, Sirius raged, grabbed a teammate's sword and shouted, Ceres, I revoke your right to use guild resources. I'll take you down right here. Ceres said nothing and delivered a devastating kick, sending Sirius crashing into the wall. Unconscious, armor shattered, nearly naked, one guy pointed and screamed, Ceres, you kicked the captain, you're finished. Another rushed to Sirius' side and shouted in panic, this is bad, hurry, get the captain to the guild hospital. After sending Beira to emergency care, Ceres had returned to the underground hell to retrieve the sacred relic at any cost. At the altar, a stream of blood shot up from the lake, forming a crimson parasol. Inside rang the shrill chime of golden bells. A red-haired young man, clothed in nothing but a white sheet, stepped out slowly. The scent was familiar. Yes, this is my rear garden. The demon god Satos had returned to the mortal realm. Saw Denier trembled and collapsed, her body aching as though pierced by 1,000 needles into the bone. Satos spotted her and blasted a stone wall, shattering barriers and ripping through the underground city. Time slowed, sound trembled, dust filled the air as the cavern began to collapse. The stone floor cracked wide, forming a massive pit that opened to the surface. Monsters fell, screaming in chaos. The ground's breaking. We're dead. I'm gonna fall. The entire underground city crumbled. Sunlight poured down, shocking the demon beasts into terror. We can see the sky now? The monsters stared at him, torn between fleeing or submitting. One beast knelt down in desperation, swearing loyalty, followed by many others begging to serve. But Satos waved his hand coldly. Too ugly. All the monsters exploded instantly, green blood splattering the sky. Satos walked over to Sa Denier, smiling like a wicked god. You're passable. Look up. Open your mouth. He sliced his hand and dropped blood into her mouth, forcing her to swallow. Swallow it. Her body immediately healed. Strength surge. Glowing buff effects surrounded her. Her face flushed red as she thought in a mix of shame and pleasure. My body's healing, so powerful. Satos spoke with dark emphasis. Now you feel good, don't you? My blood heals wounds, and brings pleasure beyond imagination. Before leaving, he commanded, night is falling. Find a clean room and wait for me. Meanwhile, tension surged at the guild council. It began with a loud slam of Zillus's head on the table, signaling a brewing confrontation. Inside the guild HQ, Darren, an S rank, pinned Zillus's head down. What did you say? Mission failed? Zillus begged in tears, fearing investigation for resource abuse and insider profiteering. Darren yelled, shut up, I already know. After releasing Zillus, he flipped through the report, listening as Zillus blamed Ceres entirely. Then ordered, charge him with desertion, execute him. Elsewhere, Ceres, drenched in sweat, face weary, stood stunned in the underground altar. Realizing it was empty, Where's the antidote? Under crescent moonlight, Sa Denier sat trembling, curled on the blood-red cloth. A pair of hands silently stroked her cheek. Embracing her from behind, a chilling voice whispered, "What, don't like me holding you?" The soft body pressed against her back made Sa Denier blush and panic. She hadn't yet realized, the one behind her was Sato's. Now in female form, the evil breath brushed her ear, making her moan in helplessness. The guild conspired to execute Ceres to cover up their crimes. While the antidote had already been stolen, Ceres was once again cornered, and Sa Denier continued to be the demon god Satis's plaything, now revealed to possess a far more dangerous and perverted form than ever before. A white-haired girl with red, teary eyes quietly revealed, "I never wanted to become like this, but my heart was sealed at the Hero Guild's headquarters." She emphasized that during the day she returned to her demon god form, but at night transformed into a weak human girl, her eyes turning haunting. "Once I reclaim my heart, the world will again kneel before my power, whether day or night." When someone approached, Sa Denier went out to investigate, and the white-haired demoness coldly warned, "During battle, don't stray more than 5 kilometers from me, or I'll dissolve you." To which Sa Denier answered with a trembling voice, "Understood, ma'am." In the underground city of Ney, Ceres rushed to the last room, the only one left unchecked. It must be in here. But by twist of fate, he slipped, sliding past Sa Denier just as she raised a defensive kick. Their eyes locked. Ceres popped up. "You again." Sa Denier scowled. "Humans, disgusting." Elsewhere, the white-haired girl suddenly blushed. "My body's trembling. This only happens when I'm near my heart." Ceres asked, "Can you fight now?" Then teased Sa Denier. "Were the mushrooms I cooked tasty?" She snapped. Face flushed. "Worst mushrooms ever. Get lost." System popped up. Affection 71%. Ceres poked further. "Your face is red, too. Higher affection than I expected." Sa Denier exploded, delivering a sky-crushing kick to his face. "I have no affection for you." Ceres went flying, yelling, "Yui." Sa Denier looked down coldly. "Humans only disgust me," thinking she had stomped him for good. But turning around, saw Ceres already sprinting toward a secret door. "I have urgent business. I'll play with you later." Sa Denier froze. I clearly stomped his face. Ceres opened the door, shocked to face the mysterious white-haired girl, who coldly addressed him. "Human." Sa Denier appeared, confused. "Lord Sato's, why are you out here?" The demoness grabbed Ceres, who cried out in pain. "Why is my heart in this location?" Ceres sniffed her blood, confirming, "Her blood, it's the antidote." System displayed, not detoxed. Life remaining, 101 days. "Why doesn't it work?" The demoness sighed, her eyes mystical. "I've become human. My blood no longer has effect." Sa Denier launched another blazing kick. "Take your filthy hand off him," the demoness, blushing, shouted. "He absorbed my heart. It became a core essence, and it's now in that unclean part." She stuck out her tongue and declared a horrifying solution. "To regain my power, I must suck it back out, forcefully." Ceres reeled. "What? Suck it out? I'll turn into a puddle of blood. Or, is it another type of liquid that detoxes me?" Tension and innuendo reached their peak. As Ceres prepared to flee, he noticed sharp spikes on the floor. Then a colossal boss monster appeared. "Lord Sato's, I felt your aura from miles away," the boss blushed. "The collar you gave me, I've never taken it off, this feeling, overwhelming. Soul-shattering." Ceres went pale. "Oh crap, a boss." The boss monster approached Sa Denier and the white-haired girl, knocking both down, whispering creepily, "I've proven my love, now may I devour you?" As it lunged to consume the demoness, Ceres acted fast, grabbing her and running from the scene. "Another boss? I need to get her out first," landing safely. Ceres sighed, finally shook him off. The demoness awoke, confused. "Where have you taken me?" Ceres replied, "Zone Z of the Hero Guild, it's my home." Her eyes lit up. "Even better. Once I reclaim my power, I can unleash mass slaughter." She leaned in, wrapping her arms lovingly around Ceres' neck. "My dear hero." Ceres froze, completely stiff, unable to reply. She continued, "I'm under a beast curse. If I don't combine with a man soon, I'll die." Her face flushed, body trembling. It was a desperate request for survival. Shy but intense, the romantic pressure thickened, but Ceres firmly rejected her. "I'm an upright hero. I'll never take advantage of someone in distress." His words crushed the atmosphere of awkward lust with the weight of righteous integrity. The demoness pinned Ceres to the ground, moaning in pain. "Hero, it hurts so much, you must save me." Ceres struggled internally, unwilling to take advantage of the situation. "No, my righteous soul forbids it." But when she mentioned absorbing his core essence to regain her strength, Ceres began to blush, feeling hot and bothered, then muttered something sinister. "You filthy humans? I'll kill you all." His gaze fell upon something horrifying, a tail, growing from the front of the demoness. Ceres screamed, "A tail? Why is it up front?" His soul nearly left his body. While the girl backed away, cheeks flushed. Just then, a strange creature transformed into a humanoid figure, crawling over and whining, "Master, I'm starving, please save me," claiming to be the Demon King. Ceres quickly pointed at her, pushed the demoness aside and said, "She needs me more, let me save her first." But both the Demon King and demoness stared at him in silence, overwhelming him with pressure, forcing Ceres to retreat into the kitchen to cook, sweating and muttering, "If I don't help her, the poison won't be cured, don't tell me. I really had to do that?" While buying time, the white-haired demoness silently walked in, stood behind him and said coldly, "If you're unwilling, then this ends here." The scene cut abruptly, leaving behind a choking sense of dread, confusion, and rising danger. The demoness hugged Ceres from behind. He yelped, "Wah," and broke free, running toward the Demon King, leaving the demoness fuming, thinking, "This human's body is too weak. I can't suppress him." When Ceres arrived, he found the Demon King drinking a mysterious liquid. He gasped, "That's toilet bowl cleaner. Are you okay?" But the Demon King said it was delicious and even helped herself to Ceres' cooking. She then cornered him, pushed him against the wall, tore off his clothes and declared, "Now it's my turn." Ceres turned pale, flailing, "Are you insane? I'm not doing this." The scene transitioned into a bizarre dream. Ceres found himself in a golden-lit castle, surrounded by a group of muscular men approaching with grins. One of them said, "Hee hee hee, let's have some fun." Ceres screamed in terror. "This is even worse," panicked. He struggled to dress using a tiny cloth. "If I wear it horizontally, it exposes my butt. If vertically, I have to hold front and back. How do I wave to people like this?" In the end, he wrapped it around his face, only showing his eyes, and muttered, "No one will recognize me. I have to make it to the town square. The boss has escaped." Elsewhere, a grotesque creature with a face stretched to its ears bared its teeth and growled, "That damned human ran fast, but I've already sensed his scent." After being cornered by the demoness, Ceres fled with nothing but a cloth covering his face, upper body exposed, lower body shamefully bare, hoping no one would recognize him. But in truth, passers-by grew even more suspicious, all shouting, "Where the hell did this pervert come from?" System alert. Weapon return quest. 12 out of 33 completed. Time remaining, 7 minutes 42 seconds. Ceres could only run blindly while shouting, "May your business prosper, shopkeeper." The vendor looked up confused, nearly tossing his hat, wondering who was shouting such nonsense. Meanwhile, Satos, now in the seductive form of a white-haired demoness, licked her hand and ordered Sa-Danir, "Before sunrise, bring back that human. Just drop your blood and I'll teleport instantly." Sa-Danir accepted with worry. Will he turn into a puddle after losing all his essence? When the progress hit 24 out of 33, a wild C-rank thorn spider burst onto the scene, smashing through pedestrians, forcing Ceres to dodge and fight at once. With no weapon, still stuck at F rank, he quickly opened the system, only to see the dreaded message, "During weapon return quests, system functions are disabled." All attributes reverted to F rank. Ceres was mentally obliterated. The thorn spider roared behind him, about to devour him whole. System. Ting, please complete the weapon return quest. Time remaining, 57 seconds. Ceres continued to flee through the streets, panting, desperately trying to find more recipients for his weapon returns. City speakers blared. Monster detected in Sector Z17. An unknown hero jumped in to restrain the spider. "I've got its leg. Give me a weapon." Ceres clapped and cheered. "Nice job, hero, bye-bye." The hero shouted back, "What's wrong with you? You're not even wearing pants." As the spider sprayed venom and escaped, a cold-eyed blonde appeared, Kajak, A rank, captain of the security squad, who sliced the beast in half with one blow, stunning the crowd, but with eyes of disdain and deadly words. He scoffed, letting a C-rank spider run loose? Charlton, vice captain of the Hero Guild, sweating profusely, tried to flatter, "You did well, take me with you." Suddenly the air turned heavy. A chilling voice echoed, "I can smell him, the man, he's here." The spider demon queen emerged in a seductive form, spitting violet poison at Kajak, who collapsed instantly. "Ah, poison, don't touch her," the demoness sneered. "Weak humans, even a little poison breaks you." System. Ting, weapon return. 32 out of 33. Time left, 57 seconds. Ceres panicked. Damn it, still missing one. At that moment, a remaining soldier was grabbed by the spider queen, who purred, "Your scream, after being poisoned, is irresistible." The soldier froze, unsure whether to feel proud or hopeless. After killing him, the queen muttered, "Ah, he stopped screaming already, not enough." Charlton screamed for help. "Someone help, we need backup." Right then, Ceres appeared like a divine light. "Let him go, fatty." Look at me. The Spider Queen turned. Huh? That human? System. Ting. Weapon return complete. 33 out of 33. A blue light engulfed Sarah's. His clothes reappeared. System unlocked. Card draw available. 9 cards appeared before him. Sarah's picked one. Obtained weapon. Silent Divine Gauntlet. Weapon description. Iron Man-style gloves capable of locking targets, stunning them, and activating invisible strikes when the target screams from the depths of their soul. The Spider Queen demanded, "Where are you hiding my Satos?" Sarah's replied, not handing her over. She roared, "Then die." Her leg slammed down. Sarah's was knocked back but skidded to a stop with the gauntlet's power. Suddenly, the queen froze. "Why do I feel like someone is touching me?" The scene turned intense. Liquid burst from her chest down her stomach. She moaned, System. Ting. Internal screen gauge, 12%. Skill. Silent strike activated. The Spider Queen collapsed, clutching her chest, trembling. Did he just grope me? A scream from her soul triggered Sarah's weapon, sending invisible damage. She thought, "It's not fatal, but it hurts. Is this your power?" Human? Sarah stood, arms folded, grinning like a righteous warrior who had just delivered the most perverse justice imaginable. The Spider Demon Queen swore fiercely. "My body and soul belong only to Lord Satos. Anyone else who touches me must die." She released her toxin and declared war on Sarah's. Die in bone-shattering agony. At lightning speed, she lunged at him with her razor-sharp spider legs, but Sarah's swiftly dodged and countered with the Silent Divine Gauntlet. She screamed, System. Ting. Scream progress. 43%. Sarah's strike had hit her armpit. The ground trembled. She fell flat on her face, clutching her mouth as she coughed blood. Sarah's blinked in disbelief. "Wait, just now, did I just touch her armpit?" The demoness blushed, thoughts spiraling. Why did I scream? I swore I wouldn't scream. Her moral compass shattered. Her mind scrambled. This feeling, it's too good. Only Lord Satos has ever made me feel this. But Sarah's did it too? She slapped herself to snap out of it. No, how dare I compare Lord Satos to a filthy human? She kept slapping until her forehead bled, crying, "I deserve death. Forgive me, Lord Satos." Sarah's, watching her self-flagellate beside him, muttered, Is she mentally unstable?" The Spider Queen drew her weapon, eyes focused. "Your technique is bizarre. I will now fight seriously." Meanwhile, Sarah's calculated tactics: first strike, chest; second strike, armpit; third, it has to be from behind. The queen charged with full force, slashing down, and Sarah's turned and ran like hell. She unleashed a deadly move, shooting webs from her butt. Sarah's got pinned to the wall. Stuck. "Where do you think you're going now?" She grinned. Sarah's barely freed one arm, activated the gauntlet, and managed to touch her inner thigh. Her eyes went wide, face red, body shuddering, but she clamped her mouth shut. System. Ting. Scream progress. 1%. The queen beamed inside. "As long as I don't scream, I won't trigger the counter. I win." But Sarah's slipped free from the web, appearing behind her with a smile. "I never said I was running away," he said loudly. "That feeling just now, it was your inner thigh, wasn't it?" The demoness panicked. He knows? He knows my weak spot?" In Sarah's mind, the system instantly mapped out her sensitivity chart, highlighting her critical zone.